I will never believe it. But now we can start the process of finding out if they ever got uttered, what the context was, and whether there was any racial intent at all. Like I say, I don't believe there was. The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
Tonight, silence from the royal family after Harry and Meghan's bombshell allegation that racist comments were made before the birth of their first son.
He won't be given security. He's not going to be given a title. And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
So there are several conversations.
There's a conversation with you?
With Harry.
About how dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
Prince Harry confirming the allegation.
That conversation I'm never going to share. That conversation I'm never going to share. That conversation I'm never going to share. But at the time it was awkward. I was a bit shocked.
I just didn't want to be alive anymore. I said that I needed to go somewhere to get help, and I was told that I couldn't, that it wouldn't be good for the institution.
So were you thinking of harming yourself? Were you having suicidal thoughts?
Yes. This was very, very clear.
Wow.
She says Harry was her only support.
If you zoom in, what I see is how tightly his knuckles are gripped around mine. You can see the whites of our knuckles because we are smiling and doing our job.
We all thought.
But we're both just trying to hold on.
Contrary to press reports, they say they never blindsided the Queen.
I've never blindsided my grandmother. I have too much respect for her.
Harry describes a strained relationship with the British press and members of the royal family, including his father, who he says at one point wouldn't pick up his calls. As for his relationship with Prince William,
the relationship is space.
One royal historian tonight tells us the palace will be in crisis mode.
How damaging is the interview?
I think it's very damaging, actually. They've made very serious allegations, primarily, of course, of racism in the royal family.
Oprah says Prince Harry told her the unnamed royal who made the comments about skin colour is not the Queen or Prince Philip.
I would like to know who that royal was. I want to know, when was that conversation?
I think that needs to be provided. That needs to be provided. Yeah, I think that needs to be provided because we need context.
Well, exactly. What is the context? Was it said in a sneering, derogatory manner? Was there a problem about the skin colour of this child in the eyes of this royal? If there were, if that was how it was done, then I want to know who that royal is, because I'm paying for them as a British taxpayer, and I don't want to be paying for a racist. Because I'm paying for them as a British taxpayer, and I don't want to be paying for a racist.
She's mixed race, she's American, she's a divorcee, actress. Those are 4 ticks. No member of the royal family, the senior members, ever thought they would see having to be ticked when it came to Harry's bride. Meghan's marrying into a family which has, to put it mildly, a dodgy track record on race. It's not Meghan Markle's problem, it's their problem.
Because I'm paying for them as a British taxpayer, and I don't want to be paying for a racist. But at the moment, everybody is smeared by this allegation. So there were 2 charges of racism. One has already fallen down, and the other one, massive inconsistencies in the 2 versions of events. The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
The book's available in a number of languages, and unfortunately I can't speak Dutch, so I haven't seen the copy for myself, but if there have been any translation errors, I'm sure the publishers got it under control. For me, I edited and wrote the English version. There's never been a version that I've produced that has names in it. There's never been a version that I've produced that has names in it.
Then I want to know who that royal is, because I'm paying for them as a British taxpayer, and I don't want to be paying for a racist.
There's never been a version that I've produced that has names in it.
Then I want to know who that royal is, because I'm paying for them as a British taxpayer, and I don't want to be paying for a racist.
That conversation I'm never going to share.
Then I want to know who that royal is, because I'm paying for them as a British taxpayer, and I don't want to be paying for a racist.
Can you tell us what the question was?
No, I'm not comfortable sharing that.
Okay. He did not share the identity with me, but he wanted to make sure that I knew, and if I had an opportunity to share it, that it was not his grandmother nor his grandfather that were a part of those conversations.
Weighty Katie waiting to marry William, while I imagine that was really hard, and I can't picture what that felt like, this is not the same. And if a member of his family will comfortably say, we've all had to deal with things that are rude and racist are not the same.
A lot of people that have seen it for what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Like, it's talked about across the world. Yet, the very people that don't want to see it or can't see it choose not to see it.
Institutional role, why be so public? You say you tried to do this privately.
And every single time I've tried to do it privately, there have been briefings and leakings and planting of stories against me and my wife. You know, the family motto is never complain, never explain, but it's just a motto. And it doesn't really hold...
There's a lot of complaining and a lot of explaining.
Endless.
Private, being done through leaks.
Through leaks. They will feed or have a conversation with the correspondent, and that correspondent will literally be spoon-fed information and write the story, and then at the bottom of it, they will say that they've reached out to Buckingham Palace for comment. But the whole story is Buckingham Palace commenting. So when we're being told for the last 6 years, we can't put a statement out to protect you, but you do it for other members of the family, there becomes a point when silence is betrayal.
Got it? Let's do better.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
But I was reminded and wrote a commentary piece in Vanity Fair last night about Harry feeling that he would always cop the flak and William would get away scot-free. Now, he raised the episode over the Nazi-wearing scandal in the last 3 episodes and said it was his biggest mistake of his life, his greatest regret. He was shopping with William for that costume when he chose it. William could have said, well, maybe this isn't the best idea. He could have perhaps helped his brother out, but it was Harry that got the flak for that. He was shopping with William for that costume when he chose it. When he chose it, William could have said, well, maybe this isn't the best idea. He could have perhaps helped his brother out, but it was Harry that got the flak for that.
The latest trailer from the new section of Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentaries, where he's said that they, whoever they is, but it's the palace or the media, wouldn't tell the truth to protect us, but they would do to protect William. Well, I mean, I'm pretty fed up with Harry and Meghan, to be honest with you, and I think most people are, and, you know, they need to just go away and live their lives. However, having said that, there is probably some truth in that. Some truth in that, in the sense that the palace in particular was very keen to make sure that the heir to the throne was protected. Palace in particular was very keen to make sure that the heir to the throne was protected, and Harry could be sacrificed if necessary. And actually, when I was working, I shouldn't give the name of the paper, but I was doing a piece for one of the nationals, writing a piece, and I was told, because I'm quite critical of the monarchy in many ways, I was told I could say what I want about Harry and Meghan, but I had to lay off William and Kate. That was the instruction from the editor.
Do you see any scenario by which Harry and Meghan overshadow Kate and William?
Yes, I do. I mean, this is immediately was my first thought. You know, this could be a problem.
The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
Sussex Squad. Sussex Squad.